Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the UK Dairy Showcase online briefings. Welcome to everyone. This is the DBT funded online briefings for China and South Korea today. Unfortunately, Japan have been unable to present, so they'll be folded into sort of a briefing slightly later, date to be confirmed. For countries that haven't been able to actually join us at the time. So we'll be doing that one later on. So we've got some great presentations from China and South Korea today. Just to let you all know, this briefing is actually recorded so that we can actually view it afterwards. And obviously there are lots of people on holiday, so hopefully this will be of benefit to them. I would like to introduce Roddy Wild, who's our project manager. He's going to give you a bit more detail about the UK Dairy Showcase and our speakers today. Over to you, Roddy. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy, and welcome everybody. Thank you for making the time to attend. As Lucy has said, this is the first official part of the UK Dairy Showcase programme, and we had our European sessions yesterday. And our Far East and Middle East today, and then on to Americas tomorrow. For those markets that, just due to timing and holidays, that we couldn't manage to get in these briefings, as Lucy mentioned, there will be a follow-up session to catch those markets, so they won't be missed. Following that, we're doing a separate session dedicated to EU logistics and a pack of solutions that we're putting together, where we're bringing together all of the available solutions, but also some additional services to help companies get particularly the smaller quantities into Europe. And that includes samples, which is obviously the essential first step in any new relationship. But also the part pallets or even smaller quantities than that, which are often the problematic areas in getting into EU post-Brexit. So we'll be announcing the date of that in due course, but we're expecting that to be beginning of September in advance of the showcase event itself, which comes in on the week of the 23rd to 27th, where our international buyers will be in market. And the day for the companies, one-to-one meetings, and the evening gala reception, where you'll be able to network even more with those buyers, is the Thursday, the 26th of September. If you are registered, which you should be, but if you haven't, please do, or contact us if you need another link to register. You will be included in all these communications, and obviously you'll be part of the process, and you'll get all the details that you need for attending on the 26th. I'm happy to say that we currently have 35 buyers from 21 markets from around the world, spread across most of the continents. So that's a very good indication of the level of interest in our dairy products so far. We're hoping to get a few more, and we're working hard over the summer to achieve that. We will, subsequent to these briefings, circulate the list of companies that are so far signed up, so you can see the type of profile and the type of product sectors that they are interested in. But they do cover the wide variety of dairy. So it's not just cheese, although there are obviously a significant interest in our great cheeses, but we do cover ingredients and other dairy products as well. Final part of the programme, to finish off, is going into 2025. Sorry, I should first of all say we do have a dairy showcase happening during Cial in Paris in October, with an evening event at the British Ambassador's residence. So there will be some communication about that in due course. And then the final part of the programme is our missions to market, where, judging the level of interest at the showcase event, we will then make a decision about which markets to take companies out to in 2025, hopefully to help with securing this new export business that we're all hoping will come from this event. So without further ado, I'm going to pass you to our first presenter, who's joining us from China, Alice Chen. She's going to tell you about the dairy opportunity in China and who we have coming to the showcase. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you, Roddy. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I'm Alice Chen, based in Beijing, China. Today, I'm going to represent my team to present you the opportunities for UK companies in China. So first of all, I want to take a moment to introduce our team. There are 11 of us based in China. We can help you from trade promotion to market access, to support with your regulations registered in China. And then you can see from this graph, Ella Beckett is the Counselor of Agriculture, Food and Drinks, and Dakota leads on trade, whereas Wei leads on market access, and myself cover half market access and half of my job is on trade promotion. So specifically on trade, I'm leading the dairy and meat industry. This is why I'm here today with you guys. So this is a very brief intro about what we can help you from market access bit. We can update you on China import regulations, standards, and troubleshooting for some barriers that you encountered with market access, with registration in China. Currently, dairy products are eligible. All the dairy products from UK are able to access the China market as long as you go through a very straightforward registration process, which we can provide you more advice if you are specifically interested in this session afterwards. So now, this session will be focusing on the trade promotion, trade opportunities in China, as you might be interested in China market overview. Oh, sorry, Matt, could you move the slides, please? Yes, next one. Next slide. Yes, thank you. So this is an overview of China dairy import in the past few years. As you can see, the import still in general has a rising trend, and although it may going through some downwards due to the COVID and the increase of domestic production. If you can move on to the next slide, please, Matt. Thank you. So here I would like to present you with some key facts of how big China market is. China market from the production value level, it ranked #1 in the Asian region. This indicating a higher potential B2B demand from this industry and a stronger supply network, which can support the production. And the next advantage China has could be indicated from the industry turnover. It also ranked the first in Asia Pacific region, and the industry is projected to continue rank at the top until 2028. Which the turnover will be projected to have an increase of 4% year-on-year increase until 2028. And then China also ranked #1 in the Asia Pacific region in terms of its market size and its market growth. China currently is the second largest dairy market in the world, which amount to 63 billion pounds in terms of its market size value, and about within this 63 billion pounds, there are about 12.4 billion of dairy products China imported globally. So there is a huge market opportunity because China still has a large demand on imported products, as you can see from the value here. So 13.6% of the whole dairy products is imported globally. And then, as we can see, moving from the left side, second row left side, you can see the household demands account for 76.3 in overall demands, which means dairy products really is becoming part of Chinese people's living life habits. And then we've already covered the import percentage, which is 13.6. And considering the value of the import value is really a large opportunity in China. Matt, if you can move to the next slide, please. Thank you. So let's continue with this market overview. This time, let's take a deep dive in terms of its categories. As you can see from this chart, there is historical year-on-year increase on the horizontal side, and then there is forecasted growth on the vertical side. What this chart can tell us is, if you look at the cheese, for example, it is ranked very top in terms of the vertical level, which is suggesting that cheese really has a large growing potential in China market, judging by its forecasted year-on-year growth. And what ranked next? So for cheese, you can see the next second highest is the butter and spreads. So butter spreads and cheese, these are two major growing categories in overall dairy products in China. On the contrary side, this big circle, this biggest circle indicating the drinking milk production, which currently is the largest, which currently has the largest import value and import volume in China market, but it's not the highest growing sector anymore in China. Actually, the import on these products has a slight decrease in the past 2 years, which I can share more details in later slides. And then the second largest is infant formula powder. Still, this is not it's not a subsector with high growth. So I want to share this information with you just so you can have a general sense of how it looks like, which we can deep dive in a later page. And like, Matt, if you can move on to the next slides, please. Thank you. So now I would like to dive into the distribution channel with you so that we can see the differences of China and UK market in terms of its distribution channel. We can see from the first chart that so the blue one stands for UK, red one stands for China. So there's almost 80% of the dairy products are distributed offline. Still, offline retailing is a dominant way of for dairy products. However, China has a significant larger amount of dairy products were distributed online through e-commerce. It's far bigger than the UK size, almost doubled. So I would like to highlight this so that you can aware it could be a very different strategy that you want to adopt if you are interested in China market. And if we further break down by different sector, if you can see the second charts, where butter, spreads, and cheese actually have more of these products are distributed through e-commerce compared to other categories like milk, for example. And yeah, so depend on what type of products and depend on what kind of resources your company have, you may want to adopt multiple channels to promote your products in China. And then if we can move on to next slides, please. Thank you. So this slides give us more data about how this distribution channel grows or grows in China, and which I won't be spending more time to dive in, but you can see from this grocery retailing overall trend, there are some decrease. It's mainly due to, after COVID, it still takes some time for offline stores to pick up the usual volume, and then also, of course, because of the domestic production, the economy. The cost of distribution, etc. So there are some drops in the supermarket, hypermarket sales. And I would like to share this. So supermarket actually accounts for almost 45% of the all sales. So this is a dominant way of the offline retail, and then followed by that is the small local grocers, which account for 23.4% of the distribution, and then we have the hypermarkets, which take a slightly smaller portion of around 11%. So this is how the offline distribution is segmented over different channels. And I would like to now walk you through different subsector market overview to dive in a little bit. If we can move to the next slide, please. So on this slide, we can see the milk opportunities in China. So by this, I'm referring to the unsweetened cream powder, the milk powder, sweetened cream powder, other milk and cream. So it's basically included the cream itself in this definition. So China is the second largest importer and accounting for 12.8% of the global import in this category. So still a fairly large amount of the volume. Of course, our biggest competitor in this category is companies from New Zealand. UK currently accounts for around 2% of China's import. And it is the largest UK by the value side. It's the largest products, largest value that the UK exporting to China, and then we can see the China import value start to have a slight drop of 13.8% between 21 to 22, which we covered before. It has slight decrease in terms of its import. So that UK export to China actually grows $9.6 million between 2021 and 2022. So this is really a positive signal, given the economic downwards, still the UK export sees a slight market increase in this sector, indicating that there is still market opportunities for companies interested in exporting milk, liquid milk and milk powder related products to China. If we can move to the next slides, please. Thank you. So this slides present the cheese opportunity in China. I would like to first introduce the key audience, the key consumers in this sector, which is children and the affluent urban communities. So they are, so one is children, mostly like cheese sticks, those processed cheese. They are the key consumer for this type of cheese. And as a matter of fact, as you can see from the bar chart below, processed cheese is the category that China imported the most in this cheese subsector. This is very different with UK market. From my research, UK market is more popular with the hard cheese, followed by soft cheese, but all kind of, unprocessed ones. So China market obviously have a different demands, different preference on cheese products. And then cheese is not yet a very ubiquitous product, although it is with the highest growing potential. And China import of the cheese only account for 1.9%, which valued at almost 600 million pounds in 2022. And then, as you can see, UK exports currently only account for less than 1% of China's import globally. So this indicated that we still have large market opportunities for UK companies, and our team in China are at your disposal to support you understanding more China market, accessing China market. And then UK's biggest competitor in this category is still New Zealand. China imported a lot of cheese from New Zealand, and we covered distribution channel before. I would like to highlight the food service channel in this category. So basically, the food service channel of the demands on cheese has increased in 2022. Although we can see, also I can share with more information like what type of food service companies is mainly caused this increase, mainly popular in China. And by category, I would like to point out that spreadable cheese is the best performing category in 2023. And your competitor in China, the top two companies are Shanghai Milk Ground Food Technology. So this with a retail value share of 30%. Another one is Yili, which I haven't wrote on this slide. And then next slide, please. So next slides tell us what are the current cheese categories that UK companies already exporting to China. As we can see, the processed cheese actually accounts for only like a smaller size of all the cheese portfolio. So this means this on one side is very positive, which means China market actually are very open and welcome to the cheese with UK specialty. Like for example, the blue cheese, there's a fairly large amount exported to China, but also indicated there are more space, more opportunities for UK companies. For example, in processed cheese or in the unprocessed cheese, like we said before, targeted at people, the affluent consumers in the cities. Next slide, please, Matt. So on this slide, I would like to share with you the opportunities for butter. Similar to cheese, actually, butter and spreads also, rely heavily on food service sectors. So 75%, currently 70, it's estimated at 75% of all butter sales are destined for food service channel. And then if we go through the market trends in 2023, actually in the past year, it's the best performing category amongst all the dairy products in China, and it's the second fastest growing subsector. And then we can see it is mainly used by home bakers and high-end bakeries. So this food service company mainly are bakeries, and of course some restaurant, like for example Southeast Asian cuisine, where they may want to use some butter. And if we look at the UK, export, it is only accounting for 0.1% currently. So this suggested that we really would like to encourage more UK companies to look at this like barter and opportunities in China market, because China right now is the fourth largest butter importer, which accounting for 77.4% of the overall China dairy import portfolio. We can, and as according to our research, the main player in this butter subsector is Fonterra Commercial Trading Company, which is in Shanghai, with a retail value share of 43%. In terms of the category, so butter actually is more in terms of categories, like margarine and spreads actually started to decline, because more and more Chinese are having this health conscious and awareness now. So, which I will share in the future trends, opportunities and trends, a bit more on that. If we can move on to the next slides, please. Thank you. So this is like whey and other milk products opportunity. This category, so China is the largest importer in the world. This accounts for 16% of China's, this accounts for 16% of the global import in this category in 2022. And the good news is UK companies already sensed this opportunity, because we saw the UK export to China grows more than $1.3 million from 2021 to 2022, and UK and China import also increased at the same time during this year 2021 to 2022. So this is a smaller. This is this is still accounting for a fairly small amount of the overall dairy portfolio, but this is also, we saw the growth trend in the past year. So we would like to highlight this sector as well. And if we move on to next slides, we can see the yogurt opportunity. So as we can see from the first, the landscape chart, yogurt actually by year-on-year growth in the future is not very high, which means, and by historical growth is also not very high, which means China actually consume more domestic made yogurt. And then if you look at the China import data, China is already beyond the top 20 import list, which means this is not a major category compared to cheese, butter of China's import portfolio. And however, I would still like to share more information on this. It's definitely more health conscious customers who are interested in this product, and UK currently have a less than 0.1% of China's import, which is understandably because China is also not importing a lot globally. And the import also dropped. We saw a drop in 2021 to 2022. Yeah, so if we want to move to the next slides, please. Thank you. So this slide shows us the future trends and the strategy UK companies could cope with in order to take up more China market. The three biggest trends: health, nutrition, the growing importance of food service industry, and then the growing importance of marketing and e-commerce. I won't be going through very detailed examples in this slides because I'll cover this separately with more specific advice in later pages. If we can move to the next slides, please.
Just to interrupt you, sorry, Alice, just to interrupt you a little bit. We're just conscious of time. So as all of your slides will be available to companies, if you're able to maybe move through and give some information on the buyers that are coming, that would be really good.
Oh,
thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Roddy. I think we've covered the majority of the slides. The rest of it is just bespoke advice to each of the future engaging strategy we shared here. And now I will, if Matt, if you could share to page 21.
Page numbers.
Oh, the one on GD International. Next one. Next, please. Next. Cool. Thank you. Oh, further, the former one. Yes, thank you. So this GD is one of the buyers that will be joining the dairy mission this time. And GD is both a big market player in terms of B2C e-commerce and in terms of the cross-border e-commerce channel. And on this slide, I also shared more information about the differences of JD.com, JD Worldwide. Basically, if you're interested to know more about JD, our buyers who travel travel with the mission this time would be able to connect with you or introduce you opportunities for they export directly to JD store, JD Super, JD Storage, where JD can sell directly on in China, and opportunities for your company to have a store on JD platform, or other opportunities like cross-border e-commerce. So basically, there are multiple ways of engaging with JD depending on your interest, and our buyers would be happy to share with you more information about. So if you can move to the next slides, please. So this slides, we have Bitfood and Regal China. Bitfood, I'm pretty sure many of you already are very familiar. They have a logistic distribution chain in the UK, but also in China. And then Regal China is very well connected in terms of distribution channel in China. As you can see, some coffee tea shops, 5-star hotels, as well as supermarket convenience stores in China, like Oli, for example, City Super. They are very popular international stores here. In products. If we can move to the next slide, please. Thank you. So this slide mainly is the main biggest events that we hosted, had this opportunity for dairy companies to engage with us. I can include the CL Shanghai, where AHDB has stands in Shanghai in May. And then, of course, our upcoming mission to the UK, and we'll also bring our buyers to Northern Ireland after the England visit. And then, of course, we have the November FHSA Shanghai, where Dakota, our head of trade, is leading on this event. And if you're interested in engaging opportunities for the details in any of the event, please do get in touch with myself, or if we can move on, next slides, please. Get in touch with myself or Dakota, or as a matter of fact, Ella, which is our head, the Council of Agri-Food and Drinks. And here's our contact information, and any questions, we'll be happy to answer questions anytime. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alice. It's some great information there and good insight on the buyers that we've got coming. It looks like a really interesting opportunity for our UK exporters. We're going to move on now to South Korea, and I'd like to introduce our presenter, Subin Hyo from South Korea, who's going to tell us about the opportunity in that market. Thank you, Sue.
Sorry. Can you all see my screen? I bet you do.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, my name is Subin. I'm the Export Support Service Market Advisor for South Korea. Unlike China team, we do not have a dedicated food and drink sector lead, and I'm covering the food and drink market entry for UK clients. So let me start with a market snapshot. In 2022, the size of the South Korea's food and drink market exceeded 118 billion and has been steadily growing over the past few years. Among these, around 30 billion, which is about 24% worth of F&D products were imported to South Korea. The United States, China, obviously, and Australia are the top F&D trading partners of Korea, collectively accounting for 47% of the total imports. In 2023, the United Kingdom was the 37th largest exporter of F&D products, accounting for 0.24% of Korea's total F&D import by volume. UK food exports have been growing until 2022, with a slight decrease in 2023, last year, mainly due to a decrease in agricultural import to South Korea, which impacted all trading partners, not just UK. Korea has the fifth largest dairy markets in APAC, including China here, with demand reaching 73 billion in 2023. Domestic production value reached about 4.1 billion. The industry is very concentrated, with the top 5 companies generating almost 90% of the total production value and dominated by domestic suppliers, as imports account for only about 1/5 of the total market size. UK is the 12th largest exporter to South Korea. In 2023, Korea imported approximately 580 tons of UK cheese, representing 0.4% of the total cheese imports by volume. Notably, the UK ranks second place for processed milk containing products category, which do not include products like milk, processed milk, butter, cream, or cheese. UK is the major countries exporting cream to Korea, with 260 tons of exports in 2023. So you will gonna have 2 buyers joining the UK Dairy Showcase. The first one is the Mail. Mail is the second largest market player in South Korea, with an annual sale of 560 million, accounting only retail sales here, and has about 15.3% market dominance. 15.3% market dominance. Mail produces and distributes dairy products listed here. So milk, powdered milk, fermented cheese, coffee, soy, deserted healthy food. They basically distribute all kinds of dairy products. They cover both B2C and B2B, and also has coffee franchise, health supplements, and alternative businesses under the group. Mail represents foreign brands including Wyke, Ala, Lu Park, and others. Mail is hoping to source various items including ice cream, cheese, snacks, salt, among others. The second buyer is called Gourmet F&B. It is a rather smaller importer and distributor in the market compared to Mail, with an annual sales of sales of 65 million in 2022. Gourmet has been a long-time importer of European food and drink products. It was acquired by one of the leading fashion retail in South Korea under the LG Group, which is called LG Fashion, and in 2021. Since then, the company is expanding their sourcing markets and producing product lines. Gourmet is currently working with numerous UK partners and importing cream, cheese, and cracker and popcorns. They're hoping to source more of UK cheese, butter, and beverage and snacks. And that's the end of my presentation.
Thank you very much, Sue. That was great. It looks like with such a comparatively small percentage of dairy imports to South Korea, there could be a really big opportunity there for our UK companies. So that'd be really good to see what can come from these meetings with the buyers that you've managed to secure for us. So thank you for all your help. Just going to move towards Q&A for Lucy or myself, or indeed our two presenters. And Lucy, I think we have one question in already from Craig. Is that right?
Yeah. So is it fair to say the cheese growth is mainly industrial use, or is it actually growing at consumer level? So I think that was for China.
For China, yes.
Yeah.
Alice, what do you have any comment to that?
Thank you. This is a good question. This is coming from actually both. On the one side, the tea shops, coffee shops in China, they are now adjusting to people's new flavors for like this creamy-ish flavor. They started adding cheese to the drinks, to tea, coffee products. So this is, and of course, there are more bakery stores, premium bakery stores. They imported good quality cheese. So this is definitely part of it drive by food services. But of course, it is also driving on the family, individuals' family consumption, because people's health awareness rises, and then they are looking for high calciums, high protein, the good unprocessed cheese, and also for children. So I would say it's for both in terms of food service and individual consumers.
Great. Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I've definitely seen the cheese coffee situation going on in China. Have actually tried it. It's quite nice. It's quite an interesting one. And I think that Alice, I think you've responded, but Craig has also asked about the cipher system for registering, company details, etc., which I think you've provided a link to, which I think will be very helpful for some of the others too. So that's in the Q&A chat as well. If you have any other questions, do let me know. I think there was an off-book one from Ian, but I believe I answered that on the Q&A system. Do let us know if you've got any other questions. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Suyin and Alice?
If there's no other questions at the moment, there was one I wanted to ask, which was, and particularly for Sue in South Korea, is there a sort of minimum shelf life on fresh dairy products that generally applies in the market? Is there a shelf life below which it would be difficult to sell your product or to import product?
Well, usually they expect 12 months, but considering the transportation time and also being the dairy products, although it is shipped by cold chain, and also not just about the shelf life, how you write an expiration date is different from UK. So, like for example, there was one manufacturer wrote like the February of 2025 as an expiration date, whereas Korean law requires to be the end of the month. It has to be so 31st of the January of 2025. So there is a very detailed differences between this how you label it and how you mark the expiration date. So it has to be consulted with your importer. And importers like Mayo and Gourmet, they are very expert. They have a very detailed information how to do it, and they're a quite expert. So if you can actually discuss the export opportunities with two buyers, then I can guarantee that you are in safe hands and not to really worry about going through this Korean customs and also the distributors. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Okay, I think we might have had all the questions that we're going to have. So thanks very much for joining us. We will have another webinar in about an hour and a bit, which will include India, Kuwait, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, I believe. So that should be a really, really interesting one. So hopefully we will see you on that. Until then, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our presenters.
Thank you.